to be released in the house. A foolish person will tell you it don't take all that. I wish I had some help here. A foolish person will tell you that if God is so good, why did he what he did to me and my family? Yeah, I wish I had some help here. Job's wife fell in that situation. She saw her husband worship God with all that he had. And then just like God gave him stuff, she watched God meticulously, like the scalpel of an articulate surgeon, cut away the fine things in life. Children gone. Can I get a witness? Bank account gone. Can I get a witness? Health gone. Can I get a witness? And she sees all this because as Job is losing, so is she. And she and all of her earthly vessel comes to her dear husband and is, I'm sure, as loving as she could be. She says, honey, have you considered, or why don't you just curse God and die? Now, we have the same polarities in the church. When the pastor and his ministerial staff are ushering in some nuances into God's house, and it doesn't sit well with how we used to do things. And we put together our little cliques and our little private caucuses, and we say, wait a minute, pastor. Can I get a witness? We like you, but we don't love you that much. Can I get a witness? Why don't you just back off of what you're doing a little bit? What's wrong with the way we've been doing things? That's what a foolish person says. And if you're not careful, those same loving people who get up out of their bought pew and walk out that door and say, I don't need you anymore. That's what a foolish person does. Turn their back on God. And as the man or woman of God walks behind them, said, well, what about the time when you were sick and God healed your body? Huh. What about when Johnny was in jail and we prayed and God released him? Huh. What about when your mortgage was due and you didn't have the money and we prayed and God made things happen? Huh. They turn their back on God. But on the flip side of this, I don't want to give you too much credit for being foolish. So on the flip side of things, the apostle says, oh, ye foolish Galatians. Now we understand, those who are believers, why you feel the way you feel. We understand why you act the way you act. And we contribute all to sin. Hello, somebody. I was like them foolish people. Yeah. I felt that I was waking myself up in the morning. I felt like when I go to sleep, I go to sleep. When I get up, I get up. When I go to work, I go to work. I felt that way. But then, in all of my thinking, I found out that it didn't measure up to what God was thinking. I wish I had some help here. And when I began to change my mindset, I began to start walking down the path of a wise man. Well, we know the story of the three wise men. They met with the king. Didn't they do so? And the king gave them a charge to do. Didn't he do so? And he told them to do what? Go and find Jesus. He didn't know it, but that was the best advice he could have ever given them. To do what? Go and find Jesus. People will tell you a lot of things, but they won't tell you to go and find Jesus. But like the wise men did, so did I. I started looking for Jesus. Is there anyone in the house besides me who started looking for Jesus? I said, is there anyone in the house besides me who started looking for Jesus? I began to realize that the road that I was going down was so broad that I didn't have no direction. I was just going down the road. But when I exit off the broad road, help me somebody, and when I got on the narrow road, I began to be able to define my purpose. I began to see my end destiny. I began to know that I'm going to go to sleep and I won't be able to wake me up. I wish I had some help here. I began to realize one of these old days, I'm going to go to the doctor, and all the medicine that the doctor gives me will not make me well. Can I get a witness? I began to go and wonder, well, if I get in trouble, I'll call my mother. And I know my mother loves me so that she will come and get me out of trouble. Can I get a witness? But you know, one day, I got in some trouble. And I went to Mama. And Mama said, baby, I'm sorry. There is nothing that I can do for you. Can I get a witness? She said, but if you go down on your knees, can I get a witness? And if you just stay on your knees a little while, can I get a witness? There is somebody will meet you on your knees. And that somebody who will meet you on your knees, there to help you. She said, I don't